news. Horrible news. Terrible news. It's terrible news. At least for me. Man, I done lost about 200 scobies. About 200 scobies. I need the fuckery alert. Fuckery alert. Fuckery alert. Family, this song should give you enough time to get together, get yourself together, grab what you need.
Brother Hatim, and you have joined us in Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.gyenamejourney.com.
All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your heads. Let us pray. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth amongst the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? I say, defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in the dark. All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said, ye are God, and all of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, and thou shalt inherit all nations. Allahu Akbar.
Sound like we got Shaka
This is
on there.
Folks, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Keep up with the journey. Check out what we have done in the past. Go to journeyarchives.com.
This is Adnan Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Be sure to follow Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter.
Now my tax not working.
Join the journey.
Believe it? I believe it. I believe it. My chat is not working.
This is Adnan Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey
So I gotta
Radio with
re-download
Monty. Enjoy.
the whole chat. Because
Good morning, this is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
This is Willie. Welcome to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I want to give shout out to Silver Kevin, all my Silver Nation out there. I want to give shout outs to my mom. I give shout out to my dad for raising me and my family for being around me. And I want to give shout out to the people of my generation that's trying to do something big.
and you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Peace, Hotep. It's Mansour Hotep, a.k.a. Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity, does it sound good? I think it sounds great. Right now, you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry its name. This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to the Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. Peace. If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry its name. This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. And you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Peace. This is Gina. And you are now
you listen to my daddy.
on Gye-Nyame
Journey
Radio. Peace.
Peace.
Family, I have had enough. You heard it right here on Gye-Nyame Journey. Now, issue. I had to get rid of 3 buckets of scobies. They were invaded by gnats. Oh my God. I open up my Facebook, and I got a message to join the mentorship group. For this group, it's closed for gay guys, and I can get started. Should I click the button? Oh, they trying to kill me. They're going to attack me. Oh, my God. It's been one of those days. I come home, try to get my brew ready. I'm like, damn, I go through 3 buckets. I say, oh, this shit got to go. I got one last bucket left. And I said, oh, no. And I got to start all over. I just got to start all over. That's what I got to do, family. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start all over. Small beans for a giant.
Wait, time out. What happened?
I lost 3 buckets of scobies. 3 buckets. 3 buckets. Yes.
They died?
No. The gnats got to them. And once you see the gnats in there, you got to go and get rid of them, dog. You know what I'm saying? They were in there, and once they in there, you got to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, bad news for ambrosia, good news for the garden. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Because that's going to help make a hell of a soil this summer, man. So, I'm going to put it out there. I'm on Facebook right now trying to see if I have to, for some reason, I got to upload the chat thing. I never had to do that before. So now all of a sudden I got to upload the chat thing. And I usually would just be able to go and click, chat, blah, blah, blah. And now, no more. So it is what it is. It is what it is. My streaming bit rate is too high, so I'm probably being stalled out on Facebook. I'm being stalled out on YouTube. Well, I'm live on YouTube, Periscope, Stream.me, and Facebook. But because my bit rate is high, everything is probably delayed. So it's a busy night for this software that I'm using. So let's just get straight into because I wanted to ask the question, what disciplines do people out there practice? Before we got started, talk about the importance of having a discipline in your life. But what I need a nice stiff shot of maybe my last batch. Because if I don't find me a good SCOBY, this might be my last batch for a while. And this might be a signal that I might need to chill out and just start making batches. Private batches for me. We'll see how this next batch turn out, because if it's not up to par, it won't go out. But I got some orders in, so I'm gonna try to fulfill the orders. But I want to make sure everything that I'm producing is healthy. This is that old stuff. Change the bottle a little bit. Got it clean, Got stuff, I'm living the high life. Because I can produce. I got enough SCOBYs to produce some for me. But I got about 12 gallons I got to do. And that's cool. But, what is the discipline that you follow to help keep your life in line? And what are some of the disciplines that you might be having your children involved with to help get them straight? Shaka, you on the line. Let's go and have this conversation real quick and then get into this folktale.
Well, personally, I've just come into a place, man, where I realize that that everything that I've written out in terms of a logic model regarding progress and regarding power, process, you and I, over the past 20 years, that's all we've really been discussing. And so the reality is, though, is that when I look at where I'm at in life, like I'm all good except for the things that I neglect. And when I look at my child and the fact that I'm homeschooling him, well, if my study habits are not up to par, then he suffers until he's independent in his own study. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh. Oh, my God.
Because I'm allowing him to wing it based on he's listening to the standards of what the teachers online is telling him, and he's listening to me. And if we're not maintaining a certain discipline for him to establish a behavior, then it's not going to happen. And that's what I experienced this semester. So as I'm as I'm getting down to the bottom of the whole issue at hand, the issue at hand has more to do with my own disorganization than it does with his inability to conform to, a Common Core standard in terms of his behavior, in terms of his study habits even. So, he's only going to emulate what he sees in his household. And now I gotta do my thing. I gotta get uncomfortable a little bit and get down to not just stuffing stuff in closets, but just really getting rid of all the stuff that is taking up space.
Hold on for a second, Shaka. Hold on.
Distraction.
Hold on for a second, Shaka. All those on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, if you are watching, I have to cut you off and cut you back on because this thing did not update the stream. So on some I got daily toast, Kwanzaa 12. I don't know where the hell that came from. Kwanzaa 12-18-182. I'm about to cut that stream off and start over again. And Shaka, you going back and keep on talking. I'm about to.
So, like I say, I just found myself in a space where I gotta really get underneath all of my own distractions, so that when it comes to my child, he doesn't pick up that behavior, which is very easy for him to do. And yeah, so I mean, in terms of discipline, I mean, to me, it's a brand new day. Every day's an adventure, and really, at 42, I find myself in the midst of retooling, even, and exploring other disciplines to be able to find what works for me.
Right.
Because when it comes down to how I keep my house, it's always been substandard. So now when I realize that, hey, disorganization, and I hear Marcus Garvey in my ear saying disorganization is the destruction of the Negro, and I'm like, oh, I'm starting to get it now. I'm starting to get it. So, of course, when you have a civilized environment and family environment and people who are able to be strong where you're weak, and to be organized and have some sense of order where, I'm more artistic, then that's where I have to find my own medium. That's where I have to find my own state of moderation, where I can be artistic and not necessarily be a junky individual or hold on to so much, or, you know what I mean? I'm not necessarily a pack rat, but, it appears that way when things are not in their intended spaces. So that's where I'm at right now. And never, and as much as I've been around you, and I've never really seriously implemented any type of meditation into my day. Not where there's rules. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think we all got our thing where all right, I need a woosah, and you go to your thing, or you go to your vice. But the piece is that if there's no system around that even, then it becomes distracted, and it can lead to more disorder. For example, if I say, all right, well, I'm gonna step in this room and I'm gonna have my woosah moment, my grown folk, my independent time, and then all of a sudden my son comes down. He's like, hey, I see you going live. Let me. I got my Michael Jackson stuff on. I want to dance. Can I dance on your live? You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, because I didn't set up any boundaries or any type of, anything, then anything can become a distraction at that moment. And I think that's the thing, is that I've never conditioned myself to have, a time to fast off of anything on a routine basis. And I think I need to. I think that when it comes to Sundays and that whole, day of being able to, align myself for the work week, I need to shut off some levels of social media. You know what I mean? And not become so exposed to that all of the time. I think sometimes even, turning off the TV, or, fasting once a week. I feel like all of those are, it's, to me, they're all under the same thing, where it's like right now I need to write it down and put it somewhere where I can see it and visualize it, so that it becomes a real thing. And that real thing becomes a part of a behavior.
Developing, because that discipline develop habits. See, because we took the term in discipline, and we talk about reprimanding someone, and we use it in a form of what you have to apply to others. But the question that's on the table today is, what disciplines, before we get into the folk tales, do you apply to your own life and possibly to your children's life? what disciplines do they see you practicing, right? So, and then when I'm speaking of discipline, I'm speaking of areas of study or areas of self-improvement in your life that you got popping off. You know what I'm saying? That can help you move your life forward, help you discover you. One of the things that I'm seeing right now is that I'm consistently doing these shows, especially the morning shows. I try not to miss those because one is a discipline for me, far as starting off my day before I really hit the world. Before I hit the world, I'm talking to the world, but it's more so to help keep myself aligned. I talk a lot about the ancestors. I talk about the struggles that they went through, and I try to make it my discipline to get up and be one of those that's actually toasting them and remembering them, as well as doing my little daily talk thing. One of the things that I had the pleasure of implementing is that at least one time a day, 5 times a week, at least, I'm doing some breath work and I'm doing some type of physical activity. I'm seeing it a little bit. It's not super a lot, but it's enough to keep you moving. The song that I sing, drink your water, boom, boom, boom. Some people tell me they sing it throughout the day. I have to think about it like, man, I told these people to drink this water, and I got to go and up my water consumption. And just setting up different processes. And because it's important for us, because we demonstrate. Even if your children act like they're not getting it now, they see discipline in your life. They see a discipline in your life, they pick it up. Like the picture, I showed the picture last week, maybe it was last week or the week before. Shasha and Gina was over there playing, screaming, Angalea. For those that don't know, Angalea is attention, and Gye-Nyame, African rest. They start going through the questions, you know what I'm saying, and doing a good job of it. And they just imitating some of the stuff that I've been practicing, some of the stuff that they see me do with other people. And they're practicing it. They're seeing what their brother go through. And they're practicing. And they're seeing what we're doing. You know, so sometimes you get discouraged. But then, like I said, once you got those personal disciplines and those things that you do on a regular basis, they kind of refuel you. When we say that selfish toast, right? I'm not asking for people to ask for outrageous shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want a new house, new car. No. Fill your cup. What is it that you need to bring in your life? And we do this on a daily basis. And there's a group of us. So it's not only an individual ritual, it's a group ritual. And it brings us closer together. So part of my discipline is, in a sense, this whole nation building. Or as some people make fun of me and say, this building Wakanda. Even though I don't agree with Wakanda. Down with Wakanda, goddammit. Down with Wakanda.
Hey.
Go ahead.
My mama from Wakanda.
Who?
And my daddy from Zamunda.
Then you just imaginary. I'm hearing voices then. Shit. Right? You know what I mean? Damn,
you know what I put up there? I don't know if you checked out what I posted today, man, but I said, if Wakanda was a feature at Disney World.
I seen it.
Right?
Yeah. But more people would go. More people would go to Wakanda. More people would go to Disney World than to Africa, and it would cost the same. That was a good one. That was a good thought. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that's what you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that this social media can be used for. Stimulating thought. I know people are like, what the hell he mean? You know what I'm saying? I looked at it, I said, damn, I do know what he mean. Because some people would opt to go to Wakanda and Zamunda at Disney World. and be like, I ain't never going to Africa. Then turn around and put on kente cloth and shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Right.
As Mike Condiff says in one of his famous poems, my Africa is made in China. When he broke that shit out, man, I was hosting one night. He said, man, I got a poem for y'all, and it's called My Africa is Made in China. And I started looking at a lot of shit that people be having that's supposed to be representing Africa, and the shit is made in China. I'd be like, unfucking believable, right? But
I mean, listen, I remember back in the day, during the X-Clan era, that was boycotting stores because they was making Malcolm X lighters.
Malcolm X lighters. God damn that.
Right, you know what I mean?
Right.
Malcolm X cigarette lighter. I mean, you look at the science. You look at the science in that, man, and they sold more Malcolm X lighters than they would in any of the things that's appropriate. You know what I mean? Any book pertaining to Malcolm X. I mean, come on, man. When it comes down to it, we half of it is because of where we are in a capitalistic society. We are merely consumers for the most part.
Right, you're consumers. But now, for the family, far as the Daily Toast, I got the Daily Toast sheets. Y'all see one, see the other. There's a little slight difference in them. And then I have it one on, you know what I'm saying, on both sides. So, you know, we can decide on which, well, I know which one I'm going to pick to read from. Right? But all the people that's in the book are on these sheets. This is our family. We've been building. This is the tribe we've been building, family. So, and like I said, I'm looking forward to some more additions to the family. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm looking for people to die. What I'm looking for is for new people when they come in to feel as if they want to add their people. If you want to participate with the Daily Toast, hit us up at 77292 and text Toaster. Also, if you just have an ancestor that you want to add to the list and you can't commit to getting up there early in the morning, but you know, or if you might just want to text and use it as alarm, that's your issue. That's you, right? You could text your ancestor's name, you know, the name of your ancestor that you want to add to the list. Text it to 77292, and I'll get it. All right. So let's get into this folktale, Shaka. It's called The Wolf and the Lion. A wolf, having stolen a lamb from a fold, was carrying him off to his lair. A lion met him in the path and, seizing the lamb, took it from him. Standing at a safe distance, the wolf exclaimed, "You have unrighteously taken that which was mine from me." To which the lion jeeringly replied, It was righteously yours, huh? The gift of a friend. Right? So, wasn't a statement. The gift of a friend? It was a question. So, real short, real brief, but it talks about some dynamics in life. I'll read it again. A wolf, having stolen a lamb from a fold, was carrying him off to his lair. A lion met him in the path and, seizing the lamb, took it from him. Standing at a safe distance, the wolf exclaimed, "You have unrighteously taken that which was mine from me." To which the lion jeeringly replied, "It was righteously yours, eh?" The gift of a friend? So, you want to hit that one first, or you want me to hit it, Shaka?
The last line you said is a gift of a friend?
No, the lion is asking the wolf. The wolf, he said, the lion states two questions. and it's jeeringly, or sharply. It was righteously yours, huh? The gift of a friend. So the lion is asking that question. So he met the wolf on the path. The wolf stole this lamb from a fold. The wolf got jacked by the lion. When the wolf got a safe distance away, he looked at the lion and said, you have unrighteously taken something from me that belongs to me. And the lion looks at him, probably knowing the wolf. So, this lamb was yours, huh? Right? Was it a gift of a friend? So the wolf, you got it? You want to hit it or you want me to hit it?
You go ahead and hit it first.
All right. First off, we have a wolf that stole something. And the wolf, if there's nothing bigger around, the wolf is a bad animal, man. The wolf is a bad animal. And he ran up into this fold, didn't care about the shepherd or anything. Just stole this lamb. On his way to go and feast on his victory. And on the way to his victory celebration, he runs into somebody that's bigger and badder. And they take what is his. And the wolf calls this person unrighteous because they have taken something from him that he has taken from somebody else. And the lion questions, first off, the wolf's righteousness, right? And then he asks him in a sarcastic way, so I guess this is a gift from a friend. Right? So now this proverb, this folktale is quick, the wisdom is quick. Right? Thieves need to always be aware.
One question real quick, Hatem.
Go ahead.
Does it state a gift of a friend or a gift from a friend?
It says a gift from a friend.
Okay.
Now I want you, but I need the gift of a friend. So it's a gift of a friend, huh? It's a question. It's not a statement. It's the lion responding to the call of him being unrighteous. You have unrighteously taken that which was mine from me. How could I unrighteously take something from you that you unrighteously took from somebody else? How does righteousness even fit into our conversation? You stole it. I stole it from you. Now I'm the unrighteous one. Right? When the initial statement is that the wolf stole this lamb from a fold. So we have a thief calling another thief. Well, let's say we got a thief that got caught stealing by another and bigger and badder thief, and it was taken away from him. So this kind of reflects, the society we live in. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a realm of thieves calling other people unrighteous. We live in a realm of people who have built their whole world on taking from others, and when others come to take from them, they call them unrighteous. We could look at this even as the lion collecting taxes. In this case, the lion was the IRS, and the wolf got audited. Both of them doing something unrighteous, but one is pulling that righteous card. You're acting unrighteously by stealing from me what I put in the work to steal from someone else. And in the story, we have the weaker individual being totally taken advantage of. The wolf was stronger than the flock. The lion was stronger than the wolf. So the only thing left is for a man to step up and murder the lion and take the lamb.
See, I'm reading it all the way different.
Go ahead.
I'm reading it all the way different and looking at the natural behavior of these two animals. And then I'm also reminded of the image that we are given. And I guess this image is more prominent through Christianity only because the image of the lion and the sheep at peace. Do you know the image I'm talking about?
Yes.
All right.
That's the end of
and
days.
That's why I asked you.
Eddie Baird on here.
Gift? Huh?
Eddie Baird on here. He laughing and shit. What's up, Eddie?
So, what's going on, Eddie? Eddie Baird, one of the just a shout out to a longtime friend and one of the in my eyes one of the most gifted musicians of our time.
I agree,
and it's beautiful to know your Eddie Baird and your Frank McCombs. Like, you know, it's interesting what's going on in the world today. But the fact that I move with giants is the thing. Now, here's the piece, though. So we're dealing with the lion and the sheep, and we're dealing with the nature of a wolf. Number one, that wolf is moving like a lion.
Explain.
In the sense that he moved without his pack, because wolves are pack animals.
So are lions.
And so, well, in the sense that I'm looking at the hunter, we're talking about a lion, not a lioness, and I'm looking at the nature of how they hunt, right? And so here we are with a wolf that stole his sheep, and then in the midst of going to where he was, the lion took it from him. And after the protest, the lion is like, "Oh, this was yours? This was yours originally? Righteously, this was yours?" You know what I mean? Right. A gift of a friend. Like, I took this from you, a gift of a friend.
Mm-hmm.
So the other part is what makes me think that the lion actually had more value to the sheep than the wolf did, because all the wolf was thinking about was sustenance. And so we dealing with righteousness. Of course, yeah, if that's the way that the lion is thinking, then he does have a point and he has the upper hand.
Go on and explain that.
Oh, yeah?
Explain that.
You was about to devour this sheep. Now I took the sheep from you. Not to devour it, but because this is my friend.
No. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I got to get it. Nah. That lion was gonna eat that. That lion's gonna eat that damn sheep. That sheep is no friend. See, you went all the way to Revelations when we still in the tribulations, dog. We ain't made it to the Revelation yet. Lions and sheep ain't laying down together right now. Lions ain't vegetarians, nor will they ever become. You know what I'm saying? The issue here for me, and I ain't like I said, I'm just disagreeing with your point. I ain't saying it's wrong. Family, there's no right or wrong. I ain't gonna say that. What I am gonna say is, family, your thoughts are your thoughts, and feel free to type your thoughts in about it on the timeline or call in at 614-556-4535. If my chat was up, I would be able to go on and share with y'all how you know what I'm saying, what's going on here. But my chat is not up, and I got a lot of confusion going on, so I'm gonna get up off of here in a minute. But I want y'all to really think about this one, right? This is one of those. That's simple, but yet when you try to explain it, because we got one that's cause Shaka, I will agree with you that in a sense, the wolf is acting out of his nature. This is one of those lone wolves that you hear about, where the wolf, because we know wolves move in packs, right? This wolf is by himself. He's snatched it and he's going to his lair, right? Boom, he going to chill, and like you say, he going to feast on it by himself. But we have the lion, right, who just happens to bump into this dude running off with this sheep on the road to wherever he's going. And this lion takes it from him. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you get one of the lessons in this for me is if you get some shit, you need to be able to protect what you get. So you got to always be aware of your surroundings and where you are. Because when you are living a life of taking from others, you need to be able always to defend it. Now let me
personify this lone wolf that you described it. If I were to personify the nature or the behavior of that wolf, I'd have to say that wolf is a child support agent. Now dig it.
I mean, but that's like a tax. I said, because I did use tax as an example. But go ahead.
Yeah. But see, in a righteous space, taxes is acceptable. I said child support on purpose. Because there's a lot about the institution of child support that is totally unethical. There is even more about the policy and the way that it's practiced that is that much more inhumane, if you ask me. Now, let's take child support, this wolf out there, and let's take you. Now, child support is trying to get you wrapped up and obligated. And now for 18 years, every month, you got to pay $1,500. You like $1,500? I don't even make it. Well, sell your ass. You got to get us some money.
Got to get us
right.
Give me this money, or you going to jail.
Right. Now dig this. I'm in your ear, and I'm telling you how Tim. Dig it. If you go to NACA and you get this mortgage approval, when I go to NACA and I get this mortgage approval, we can combine our approvals and get a more substantial estate for our families, for our households. Plan our state. You are the same struggling class individual that I am in the same regard. But we got this wolf trying to take from you and devour you. And I'm saying, yo, as a neighbor, as an ally, you and I could build something that much more sustainable and that much more necessary in our lives to be able to protect our bloodline. That's exactly what's going on in the real world. So you got a wolf and his behavior, and then you got this image of love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor. There's something that comes out of having loyalty amongst neighbors, have honor amongst neighbors. Maybe one day that sheep would return the favor, but to have honor amongst neighbors, because you started off talking about honor amongst thieves, but PC is that, eating is life. If you don't eat, you don't live. So I can't be mad at a wolf coming to grab up a sheep that ain't been ate if that's his way of providing sustenance or gaining sustenance. I do have to say it's selfish if you move without your pack, or if you're just a lone wolf because you don't know how to act.
But then also he threw up this whole righteous piece when, in a sense, that shouldn't even been part of the conversation. It's sort of like how when we look at America and we look at the struggles of Native Americans, or even, of course, the struggles of black people, and it's like America throw up this whole righteous front. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we earned this. We earned this. You mean killing motherfuckers? You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You the whole question of righteousness shouldn't even enter the argument. Let's just be honest. You conquered this shit. You know what I'm saying? You enslaved
and it's a manipulative play.
Right. It's a very and is that not what the wolf trying to do with the lion? And the lion is not falling for that shit. So what?
Because that's just like, that's how we do though. Oh, it's like that though. It's like that. No, right. You could be bidding on something together. You could be bidding on a car at an auto auction, right?
And I decide I want that
and
shit.
And because you outbid the next dude, and he your color, for real player, you see me trying to get this so I can Uber, so I can go out and make some money to feed my kids, and this is what you do? Yeah, I'm on the same boat as you, motherfucker. I'm feeding my kids too. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about your luck. Today I just beat you. Ain't nothing unrighteous about it.
Right. But righteousness is in the eye of the beholder. To the wolf, the lion was unrighteous. Because the wolf believed that he owned the sheep. Because he stole it. I mean, we all run into people like this. Motherfuckers that get shit the wrong way, but then swear it's theirs, and swear, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing funnier than a thief getting stolen from. I'm just trying to tell you, there's nothing funnier. Because these motherfuckers, I mean, they act like, I don't believe that this happened to me. How could somebody steal? Nigga, do you not remember that you stole that shit?
You just took me back to Chris Tucker on Def Comedy Jam. Remember when he first came out, he was like, I robbed so much. One time, no, what was the joke? He said, one time I went to 7-Eleven, robbed the 7-Eleven, came out, somebody stole my car.
You mad. You know what I'm saying? And then throwing up the veil of righteousness. See, right. We got to remember now what this also is in a sense a warning against those that can't deal with you on one level, that might try to outdo you on another level. Well, if I can't beat you on the physical level, let me beat you on this whole righteousness shit. Let me beat you on this mind state. If I could get this on you, like you said, this is what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I can't beat you on this, but maybe I could beat you on this. Make you feel guilty.
How, Tim? But I clearly see both sides of the coin. Because if your great-great-grandparents were slave owners and you still behave like a slave owner, any day, any one of us can roll up in your house and just co-own it. And you. And your kids.
But what's deeper?
I'm just saying.
What about those that don't act like that? You understand what I'm saying? What about those that don't act like that? See, because what we got done,
they might not act like it to you,
but it's somebody out there they fuck it up. I'm just saying, because
that's what I'm saying. Listen, I'm saying it like this. Like, listen. What people really needed to understand and be very concerned with, and I say that because I'm not a threatening individual, but you've seen me when I've had to protect my bloodline. And at the end of the day, every one of us are all in Ohio. And if let's step out of the imaginary power. Let's step out of the imaginary sense that the only time I'm going to see this judge, or the only time I'm going to see this magistrate, or the only time I'm going to see this prosecutor is when I go into their court. Motherfucker, y'all community just like our community. So when you do injustice to me, where I go to be able to get justice, when we come out into the community, we have just expanded on a very real conversation, especially if I don't fear, let alone believe in your system of power, because there's no justice there. If justice is me and you in your dining room, even in the odds, then so be it. That's justice. And to me, that's more God's way than what they got written that we believe in and subscribe to, because what we believe and subscribe to is the same thing that's tearing us up and killing us every single day.
You said a mouthful there. But family, this is going to be the challenge, because I'm going to get up off of this. I'm going to sit up here. I got to mourn my goddamn scobies out here. And then I'm being attacked by goddamn the gnats that when I took the cover off, I was like, oh shit. Oh man, I'm like, god damn, oh no. So I'm gonna lay it down, and I'm gonna cause it's nice out here. And sometime when the breaks start, I'm gonna take these scobies and throw them over here so that they can go and do something with my garden. So, I want to thank all those that took time to stop in. Family, the conversation don't have to stop here. By all means, go on, go on and throw your thoughts in there. Because like I said, we don't have the final thoughts on it. This is community-wide discussion. Looking at these folk tales and seeing how we can bring it into the modern day. We call it wisdom mining. Doing some hard work, doing some thinking. Something that you might have not learned in school. Right? Sit back and allow this to roll through your head. And what are the lessons that you could pull out? Because you never know how your wisdom may affect some stranger out there. Somebody out there needs your words. So go and post them up. I will definitely see you in the morning. And hopefully I see a lot of y'all at Kwanzaa, because it's almost Kwanzaa time. It's Kwanzaa time. Kwanzaa time. It's Kwanzaa time. We are exactly 8 days out. So family, like I said, those that want to join the Daily Toasters, hit us up at 77292 and put in toaster. Those that want to be on a black signal, because I'm going to be sending out some black signals. The code is GNJ to 77292. I know that's a little bit different than what we had before, but family, it is what it is. Sometimes,
and let me add too, Tim.
Go ahead.
That I just recently had to put a name on a list of someone who had transitioned that was a lot younger than all of us on this call.
Right.
And so I just wanted to be understood that we can do that.
Oh yeah. Shechem Jr. died.
Yeah, I heard that too. And thanks for reminding me, because I was supposed to send Shechem something this week. Listen, Pharaoh had he has an Umi that went over to Africa a few years ago when Pharaoh was 5 and he started kindergarten. He had to learn how to not be with his maternal figure and her kids. Her eldest, who was 15, she was the most protective of Pharaoh and understood his creativity. She used to make toys for him, and they used to play with the toys or whatnot. She over in Tanzania ate a fruit with a parasite and passed. And so Pharaoh understands this, and he understands death, and it makes him, a little bit sad. But at the same time, I think that the way that he's dealing with it is knowing that, hey, now she's on the other side, like she's on the other side of life, and I feel like he is more free with his thoughts about her now that she's transitioned, more so than when we were just here and kind of in her absence. But she never had the opportunity for me to say her name 3 times in the morning. So I definitely want to get up and rise with you in the morning and make that happen.
All right. Well, I'm here. You know I'm gonna be here, dog. I'm gonna be there if it's at all possible for me to be there. And so family, those that want to join the toast, you all are welcome. We will be toasting sometime between 5:15 and 5:30, depending on how my computer works. And I'm going to go to bed now so that I can make sure that I'm able to be there with y'all in the morning. So family, I want to thank you. I need to remind you that you are now part of the congregation of Mighty. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Of course, you know this is the Heart of a Symbol production, and this is Folktales for Grown Folks. Strive to blow up your old paradigms. Or for those that can't read, paradigms. We out.